to everybody so that I can speak in the same pitch. Is my voice audible? Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, recording is there. Yes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So, I was told to give a session on mental health regarding Vastu. So basically, you might have heard a lot of people, very eminent people talking about mental health. And today we are going to discuss about topic of mental health with respect to Vastu. Now, because the session is very concise, I'll speak very concise and we'll take a lot of questions in the end. Now, Vastu now, Vastu is not an individual science, it's an old science. And it is a science where we call it as a place of residence is called Vastu. Now, Vastu is not alone. See, whenever we go to any house, that house is basically through our own karma. With our own karma, we enter any house. We never ever enter a house which doesn't belong to us. I'm not saying belong to us which we cannot afford. Even though we afford, we have a karmic connection toward the house. Therefore, when we have a karmic connection to the house, there is a possibility that we might end up into the house according to, we are destined to. So, therefore, Vastu is also linked to astrology. So, I'll be speaking both in a very mixed manner. So, so mental health. Now, there are mental health have lot of factors, basically. I was talking to one of my client. He said his mental health is determined by which political party comes to his state. His political party comes to the state, his mental health is good. If that party is not coming, his mental health is not good. So, the mental health depends on various conditions. Now, somebody's mental health depends on the finances. Somebody's mental health depends on the health. Somebody's mental health can be dependent on the relationship. Somebody's mental health can be possessions, comforts. So in Vastu, we are going to cover entire thing like, all these points we are going to cover. Basically, in Vastu, our house is, having a lot of energies. It is having a lot of power because we are associated in the house. We stay almost, maximum time in our house. So the energy of the house having a reflection or reciprocation, right? What you give to the house will give you back. So one of the principles of the Vastu is Manasa, Vacha and Karma. Like Manasa means what you think. See, you may think that what you think nobody knows, only you know. No, it has a vibration. Your thought has a vibration. It is your thought is connected to the universe. Your thought is connected to the atmosphere around you. So the Vastu has an impact on your manasa, your thinking, your vacha, your speaking. Suppose you're speaking good things like, Bhagavatam discussions or good things you are speaking. So your speaking has a vibration in the house and the vibration changes. Sometimes you fight in the house. You know, fighting will cause negative energies. And if there are a lot of negative energies in the house, and Vastu is also not good, it may turn into more negativity. And the karma, manasa, vacha, and karma, like the activities which you do, the activities which you carry on, the good activities. Suppose in your house you are charitable, you are calling sadhus at home for food, or, you know, you're doing good activities, you know. So that good activities bring positivity. You're doing deity worship at home. That's a good activity. So it brings positivity in the house. So, basic of the Vastu is dependent on Manasa, Vacha and Karma. It is a sustainable policy in the house. The good energies do travel. But there is a vice versa also. Manasa, Vacha and Karma will come if you know, your Vastu is also good. And if your Vastu is good, your Manasa, Vacha will Karma will also come. So it's a interchangeable principles. It works both ways. See, unless you are very determined and you are very strong enough to handle the energies, you are able to overcome. But generally, it is the house which gives you good nature and good attitude, and you give good nature and good attitude to the house for sustainable energies. So the entire Vastu is dependent on um, um, the traveling of energies. See, the energies travel. There are Panchbhutas. Everybody knows that. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. These are called Panchbhutas. Now, Vastu works basically on the Panchbhutas only. Now, you may say, what is the relation for it? Now, now the topic is mental health. Now, see, the word mental health it has a link with our mind. And everybody knows about mind. Mind is very fickle. And even if we are missing on one of the things, the mind will tell us, go back. Why I'm not having, you may have 100 things, 99 things. If you don't have one thing, the mind will tell you to get that one thing. So a good Vastu will give you contentment. Good Vastu will give you opportunities. A good Vastu will give you happiness. The Vastu is nothing but laws of nature. It is nothing but the help of nature which comes in. So generally we do our activity and we think we are doing it. But when we do our activity, there are a lot of factors, to make that activity successful. There are a lot of energies. You need blessings to make that activity successful. You need energies. You need Daiva power. So what we call as, in general terms, luck. Because he's lucky, he's got his. No, there's a term luck depends on the energies which are beyond our control. So those energies which are beyond, we in Vastu, we try to bring it, we harmonize it basically. We harmonize with the energy, and try to settle the energies, and in a good way, we try to balance it. So basically in Vastu, what we do is, the Vastu is basically nothing but the area which is there in our house. The the area which you are able to, your footfall area. Your footfall area is the Vastu, right? So in your footfall area, now you may think Vastu is about, directions. Yes, it is about directions only. And everybody knows there are 8 directions, but we say it is the 10 direction, So the entire energy, 8 directions are there: north, south, east, west. 4: northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Total 8. And there is an energy below earth also. You know, it's called geo energies. So that energy is down, and there is Akash energy on the top roof. So total 10 directions which we have. Now, when we have a good Vastu, what happens is, you know, I'm not saying, you'll have uh, thousands of crore rupees. No. Good Vastu will give you contentment and happiness. You know, Ultimately, if you boil down the happiness to, happiness will boil down to contentment, happiness in serving. It boils down to, good environment, feel good factor, what we call as. See, you may have thousands of crore, but there is no feel good factor. What is the use of that money? You may have best of everything, but there is no feel good factor. The feel good factor is, you may always feel irritated. You may always feel disturbed. What is the use of all those things? You know, Generally, our goal is the end product. We don't see the root. Root is we have to have contentment. You know, we have to have attitude of serving. Attitude of growing. We have to have attitude of taking knowledge. Which in turn helps us to become contented, which helps us to become sober. And then when we are happy and contented, we are able to contribute to the society much better. We have to give back the society. We have to help the society much better. So in Vastu, because the time is less, we'll cover the things. Now in Vastu, um, I'll just quickly draw a diagram. Don't think so. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. So basically, uh, what you see is in Vastu is about directions. Now, one of the basic principles of Vastu is we have to see in our house the center portion, the center portion of our house, which is called as the brahmasthan. The brahmasthan is very, very important in our house. See, what is the brahmasthan? Uh, Please don't write. Uh, Everybody is able to see the screen? 1 second. Kindly, please don't write on the screen. Uh, can you 1 second? I'll just rewrite it. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, Vastu is nothing about, I was saying it is about the brahmasthan, the center of the house. See now, the energy levels which are there here, they are basically all the energies are moving from the center. You know, all the energies are moving from the center. So in Vastu, we consider the center energy is called as brahmasthan, right? Now, the brahmasthan is very, very important. Now, if you want your house to be very good with having a lot of positive energy, you have to have your brahmasthan very, very good. Now, what I mean is very good means your brahmasthan has to be clear of loads. Because see, the diagram which I am drawing over here is the different energies, different directional energies. Now, though these energies are nothing but they are blessing to everybody. All the cardinal directions, all the directions are very good. People say, "Arey, South is not good. Ye South darwaja kharab hota hai. This and that. South is very bad." No, all the cardinal direction is very, very good. Whatever you see, all the directions are very, very good. Now, everything has a purpose. You know, you have to use every direction according to that purpose. Suppose some doctor is there. Now, the doctor has lot of, um, instrument. He has stethoscope. He has a blood pressure machine. Everything has a purpose, right? He can't use stethoscope to test your blood pressure, right? Or he can't use a surgery knife, to check you. Everything has a purpose. So all the cardinal directions are very, very good. You know, Um these directions which are there, out of all these, the center portion of the Brahmasthan area, which is this, it is the most important of everything. Now, if you have a very good directional, but you have Brahmasthan at fault, the energies, see, in Vastu, now, the movement of energy is very, very important. The energy has to travel from one direction to another. The, the world is dynamic. Only dynamic things are in action. You can't, any static thing will eventually rot. That's why we also are told, we are living beings, we are told to be active. We are told to become, uh, do things, be active, move here and there. Any object. For example, car. If you don't drive your car, the car will automatically, get, uh, it will come down. The use of the car or the quality of the car will come down if you don't use. The mechanical part has to run. Similarly, the energy also has to run. If in our house, if the energies are not running, if there are some blockages, if there are some hurdles, the energies are as it is, then there is a greater difficulty. You know, the energies has to move. The energies, if they are not moving, then they will create a difficulty. You know, the energies has to move. So basically, the energies, they by 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 the nature, naturally the energies move from the house direction. Please don't write on the whiteboard, please. Uh, Please don't write on the whiteboard. Yeah. So basically, when the energies travel from one direction to another, the if there are obstacles, then the energy will not transfer. Now, if you see, all the energies are passing from the center point, right? Center, it is therefore it is called as brahmasthan. If the center of the house is not proper, if not good, then the entire energy levels, all the eight direction energy levels will be disturbed. The brahmasthan should have the strength enough to move the energy from one direction to another. Right? This is the brahmasthan effects. Now, if you see the very first direction, that is the north direction. Now, north direction, it has, it no, the topic we are discussing today is about mental health. Now, for mental health, for good mental health, and the north direction is very, very beneficial. If the north direction is very good, if there are, I'll tell you basic, north should be quite open, light. North direction should be, they should not have a washroom in the north. No, north direction should be pure enough. The north direction will give you opportunities. It will give you positive mindset. It will give you confidence. You know, the mental health depends on the level of confidence we have, right? If we have good confidence in our life, that shows the north direction is very, very good. The north direction is it is giving opportunities in our life. Similarly, the northeast direction gives us the concept of spirituality. Northeast is having spirituality. When the north and northeast are good, you know, the people in the house, they are generally more positive. They are having good health immunity, you know, they are having a good mindset, good confidence, and they are basically, when the north is good, uh, there is a lot of uh, money opportunity also, wealth also. Now, many people have their mental health depending on finances. So, north is the direction for money opportunities. It is, how you will have good earnings will depend on how is their north in the house. You know, how you will get opportunities. That is north and the northeast. Then, when the northeast is very good, you have good mental clarity also. The clarity of mind is very, very good when the northeast is good. You know, Ideally in the north and northeast, there should not be any clutter. It should be very clean. No dustbins, no washrooms. no columns, no pillar. It should be very open. You should have big windows because, as I said, the energies are transferred into our house with the medium of air. Air is a medium of transfer of energies. So if you keep north open, the the air from the north will come inside your house. When the energies come inside, it will have a greater effect. So ideally, north and northeast should have openness, right? So then we come to east. East is the direction where the sun rises. You know, it is the direction of growth. See, sun rises. He creates a hope in the world. So if we have east also open, there is a hope. There is a uh, awakening. That's why it's called Suryodaya, na Uday. So Uday means growth, you know, rising. So your east is good. Your recreational, functions. In life we want recreations. So your recreations, your social associations, is very good. Your uh, social standing depends on east. Your how you are, how people look at you, it depends on the east. And the east is having a benefit that it gives you hope also in life. You know, when we do medical vastu, your blood circulation is dependent on the east of your house. Your circulations in your body is dependent on the east. So we'll discuss some other time medical vastu. But east is basically your social association, your public, your standing, you know, and east is the opportunity. And east also, you should have openness in the east. You should have um, a big window in the east. You can, east should be free. They should not have washrooms in the east. East should be free of nature. Then we come to southeast. The southeast part is very, very important because this is called in the Sanskrit as Agneya Disha. The name itself indicating it is called as Agni, the Agneya Disha. Now, when things are called Agneya Disha, naturally there should be a fire in this direction. Of course, controlled fire. Of course, the fire means growth. See, a small matchstick can create a fire everywhere, right? So anything which grows is in the southeast. Therefore, southeast is also called as a female's corner. See, when a house is complete, when there is a entry of female, right? A female gives growth, right? When there is a female, then there is growth. So therefore the southeast direction is basically the direction of growth. It is the direction of multiplication, right? In our house, if the southeast direction is good, if there are no faults in the southeast, if there is fire, fire means, kitchen in the southeast, then that house will never have financial difficulty. All the females in the house will be very strengthened. They will have no health problems. You know, your determination, because fire, Agneya Disha is fire. Fire means to grow. Your determination levels are very good. When the fire is there, therefore we say now, in some people you see, Arey, he doesn't have a fire, or he has a lot of fire in him. We say that, whenever we want to achieve goals in our life, whenever we want to achieve something, we should have the fire. We should have the determination. And the entire determination comes from the southeast direction of the house. So, southeast direction, it is also, if the southeast direction is not good, then there is lot of anxiety. Then there is lot of stress. It is a direction of anxiety and stress also. If it is positively enhanced, there will be no anxiety. If there are negatives, then there is lot of anxiety. Right? It is also the direction of your functionality, your liquidity. If the southeast direction is very good, it gives you, a free nature. Generally, you see people in the house that some people have egos. They are very rigid to their opinions. People are, not bowing down to certain situations. They are rigid. So there is a problem in the southeast direction. Southeast gives you flexibility. It is your money liquidity also. How much money you have for spending depends on the southeast direction of the house. Right? Now, some people have a lot of money for their disposal. It depends on their good southeast. Of course, saving will come. Saving will come in the north, northwest direction. Sorry, it will come in the northwest direction. So the southeast direction will give us the nature to grow. It is the direction to grow. Then coming to south, the south direction, it is the direction of stability. Generally, when we tell people to sit for the work and everything, we tell them to sit in the south, because south will give you stability. If the south is very good, then that house will have lot of stability. Everybody wants stability in life. So stability will come from the south direction. Right? And the south also will give you name and fame. It will give you recognition. It is also the direction of relaxation also. When you are in the south direction, your mind is calm down. Your ability to think is very good. Therefore, people say the south direction is bad. No, you sit in the south direction for whole day. You sleep in the south. South will energize. It will give you strength. So when you sleep, of course, your head should be in the south and your leg should be in the north. You know, of course, the south direction is, it is a direction of, people want recognition in their business, for example. If they want their, if they are doing business, they want their product to be, or product or services to be known to everybody, then south direction will help them to become famous. It will help them to grow nicely. The south direction will help them to become stable. Now stability has a recent definition. For example, if the daughter of the house is not getting married, you can't keep her in the south. Then south, what does south give? South gives stability. Now the daughter wants movement, you know, marriage. The marriage is a movement from one house to another house. So south direction will not give the movement. So south direction is bad. South direction is good for stability. So a married couple in the south direction is very good. In the marriage, you need stability, right? We celebrate 50th years of marriage. 75-year golden jubilee, silver jubilee, marriage anniversaries. What does that show? That shows that they have been stable. There is no growth in the marriage. Marriage growth is stability only. We say that, this couple have stayed together for 50 years. What does that mean? 50 years they have been staying together. They have tolerated each other. They have spent happy times. So there is no growth. It is the factor of growth is stability only. So therefore marriage, therefore south direction is very good for stability. Same southwest direction also. The same southwest direction also. It is a house of stability, and it is a house, even the south direction is for power and confidence. When you see, if you see people who are successful, there are a lot of people, a lot of factors around it. There is power and confidence is the most important thing for growth. If you have confidence and if you have power in a right direction, if it's used rightly, then there is growth which is happening. So south direction has that power. Similarly, the southwest direction, it is the direction of depression. Now you may say that is very bad. Southwest direction, it is the direction of relationship also. Now relationship and depression. If southwest has a fault, like for example, it has a ditch. If south and southwest has a ditch, if it has a well, for example, or a slope, you can have a washrooms in this direction, but if you have a slope, if you have a kitchen in this direction, if you have a water in this direction, then this will cause depression. If you have a bedroom in this direction, it will cause good relationships, stable relationships. Southwest shows the ground. If our ground, ground stability is very good, we can create a big building over it. So in our Vastu, in our house also, if the southwest direction is very good, then there is great confidence. Our mental health becomes very good. The southwest is also direction for education. It is the direction of saving of finances. Like southeast is liquidity, southwest and also west. It is a direction of saving, your nature of saving. Therefore, like I said, if you have a big window in the north and northeast, it gives you opportunity. Then if there are big windows in the southwest and south and west, it takes away your finances. Therefore, south is called as Dakshin. Shin means what? In Sanskrit, the Shin means to give up, to, it is gone. Shin ho gaya. The south direction is, go. It is a direction of stability. Na? If you puncture that direction, then there is a loss of energy. Then there is instability which is caused. Right? The southwest direction is, similarly, your how much finances you can store shows in the southwest direction. The southwest direction is basically the direction of, if you have a bedroom in the southwest, the couple are sleeping in the southwest, there most of the relationship problems get solved. Because it is the direction of earth, stability. So they in any relationship, husband, wife, there should be love. There should be dependence. If there is no dependence, if there is no love, then the relationship does not sustain for long term. Right? So southwest direction will give you dependence. It will give you love. It will give you, sometimes if you have observed yourself that in a house people get irritated by small things, and some persons, if you see in the house, they're unaffected and they're stable and forgiving nature. So if the southwest is good, we have a nature to adjust, tolerate things. We have a nature to forgive and forget. So and because it's a relationship corner, you have to keep it more stable. North and northeast, you have to keep it free. East, north, northeast, and east, you have to keep it free. And south, southwest, you have to keep it stable. You have to keep it closed. Right? And west direction, west is the direction of creativity, your ability to create. It is the direction of your gains and profits also. It is the direction of growth, profit, or your whatever hard work you have done, the result of the hard work comes in the west direction. So what do you do when you get the result? You try to protect, or you let lose your success, or let lose the fruits of your action. You try to collect it, you try to protect it. Right? So west is the direction of gains and profits. The west is the direction of growth. Similarly, so I have written northeast, it is northwest. It is not northeast, it is northwest. Then the northwest direction is the direction of competition. It is the direction of competition and growth. It is the direction of, now if your northwest direction is not proper, governmental difficulties will come. Your enemies are seen from the northwest direction. Or your competitors. If you have a business, your competitors are seen from the northwest direction. It is the direction of wind, right? So northwest direction, it is the direction of uh, balancing. It is the direction of detoxification also. The northwest direction also depends on your physical happiness. So that physical happiness or northwest direction, it is very important. How much comforts you are going to get. Northwest direction is also for, now, if for example, if you have an office, if you, just observe people who are sitting in the northwest direction, they will have a tendency to move. They will not stay for a long in that place. It is a wind direction. Wind never stays. Wind always moves from one direction to another. Therefore, the northwest direction is the direction of unimaginable or unforeseen circumstances in our life. So northwest, should be partially loaded, not fully loaded, partially it should be loaded. Then there will be stability in the northwest, right? So northeast direction is the direction of water. Therefore, water should, see, water is like knowledge. It seeps in. East, southeast is fire. It's a growth. Sun is hot, no? Sun is fire growth. South, southwest is earth. Earth factor. And west and northwest is wind. Now, water, fire, earth, and wind, 4 Panchbhutas. The fifth, the ether, comes in the center, that is the brahmasthan. Now, all the energies come and hold up in the center. Therefore, for our mental health, we need, finances, we need stability, we need relationship, we need health, we need growth. We need to win over our enemies. We have to win over our competitors. So the entire mental health, basically from the Vastu point of view, it is, covered when you have a good Vastu, right? So, since the session is 1 hour, anybody has any question, you can ask. You can unmute yourself. You can ask questions. You can unmute yourself, and whatever questions you have, you can ask. Any questions, doubts, and difficulties? Yes. So this is one of the, like, yeah, please. Please ask. Yeah, please ask. Please ask. You can ask. You can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
I just wanted to ask that in which direction I should study and in which direction I should start or read the Bhagavad Gita or
What
listen to
kind of,
lectures.
okay, what kind of study you want to do? And there are different directions for what kind of study.
It's like normally we prepare. It's not competitive. I'm still in 11th standard.
Okay, so for your 12th, you can face north and study. What I said, north is the
Okay.
direction of opportunities, right?
Yes, okay.
So you can face in your house, you have to face the north direction and study. See, for any spiritual knowledge also, the north direction, the facing north direction will give you confidence. Your back should be in the south direction. Your look should be in the north direction. Therefore, you know, north direction, it is also facing north and praying will fulfill your desires also. So therefore, when you keep an altar in the house, you should keep in the north, northeast, or east. Now, what is the difference between it? If you keep your altar in the north direction and you face the north direction and pray, what is north called as? North is called as Uttar. Our sages, our previous sages have given these appropriate names. It is called as Uttar. So when we pray, we get answers from, you know, from Uttar. If you pray in the north direction, if we keep our deities in the north, deity should face south, you should face north. You get Uttar, right? So Uttar direction is for you know for growth. It is for it is for um, opportunity. So therefore, and east direction, because east is rising, you know, the east is rising. Therefore, if you keep the altar in the east direction, your spirituality grows. In the north, your material and spiritual grows, but in the east, your spirituality grows. You know, so like that. Any other question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, the brahmasthan you have said,
Yes.
in some houses, in my relatives' house also, my sister's house, because financially they are very down. They were very flourishing in some times back, and
Yes,
suddenly
yes.
things have gone wrong. So, when I was saying, I realized that it is the Brahmasthan, there is a big hall. So they have divided the hall in between. That I think when you are saying, I realized that would be the Brahmasthan mainly, maybe they have kept a showpiece kind of thing, a big thing that means a partition kind of thing. Will not closely fully part the hall. It will leave the space both the sides, and it is a showcase piece there where they have kept the doll, some idols kind of thing and all. So is it that obstructing the flow of that directions in the center? It should be vacant, that place?
Ideally, it should be vacant.
It was like a wall thing. It is a wooden thing, like a wall they have kept. Not
Uh,
fully divided, but with the gap in sides by sides. People can.
Ideally,
Yeah.
yes. Ideally, it should be, um, you know, vacant enough. There should be no load on the Brahmasthan, because if you keep a load, how will the energy go from one place to another, man?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
The energy will not go from one place to another.
Yeah. Okay.
Therefore, the center of the house should be very. Now, you know, in a constructed house, the plan of the house,
Hmm.
by where you can find out the center. You have to find it is the house plan. The floor plan will give you the center of the house.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
And maybe that
so
staircase starting also, they have inside only the staircase.
very bad, very bad, very
Oh.
bad. The center staircase. Generally, most of the houses in US, they have
Yeah.
a house staircase in the center of the house.
Yeah, for them also, these are people also having the same thing.
Very bad, very bad. The entire growth is stopped.
Yeah, that
You
same
know,
happened, Prabhuji.
entire growth, because if the Brahmasthan is not good, a lot of health issues, mental anxiety,
Yes, yes.
stress,
Same thing.
everything will come.
Yeah, people are very so good, compassionate people. They helped everybody. Now their
Absolutely.
position is so bad, financially
Absolutely.
and this thing. So she's my own sister. So I am really worried
Ideally,
about her. Yeah,
that
yeah.
there should be no load in the brahmasthan at all.
And I even realized their master bedroom bathrooms are in 2 floors. They are in the north side.
Absolutely. Money flow is affected.
Yeah.
The money will not come only. Opportunities will not come only.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hare Krishna
Right.
Prabhuji, one more thing is okay,
Yeah.
facing the south and cooking is fine, Prabhuji.
No.
Uh,
There will be
if
a
I
lot of
don't
indigestion.
if I don't have any opportunity, because my flat system is like they cannot change.
Absolutely.
Previously,
What
because
you
I
do
was
is,
facing north
you put a mirror opposite to the gas.
okay.
So it will become north. Na? When
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is a mirror opposite to the
Okay, okay.
gas, it
Uh-huh.
automatically becomes north. You
Okay,
cook
okay.
that way.
Even the gas stove I have just tilted, so cross I have kept so that at least it goes as southeast kind of thing, and I could put a rice cooker over there.
Yeah. So
So
you
that
just put a mirror opposite to the,
okay.
so that automatically will reflect it back towards the north.
Oh, beautiful. Actually, I was facing north and cooking a lot of health issues. Somebody told me you should not face the north also and cook
No,
because
no,
it
no,
is
no.
it's a flat
See,
system.
south, if you cook from the side looking south, what is south? Dakshin. The nutrients of the food will not reach your body only.
Okay, okay, that's it.
You should either face east or you should face north. In the southeast also.
In south, it is if the bedroom corner comes, what can I keep Prabhuji there? Any light
We'll
or
have
kind of thing?
to we'll have to look for the entire direction diagram of your house and then suggest
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. Some other flats also adjacent
Yeah.
mat. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Very informative session and wonderfully you have explained.
Yeah.
Gratitude for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Anybody? Sanjeev
Prabhuji, I
ji?
have a couple.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
You mentioned Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You mentioned
Yeah.
that southwest is the direction of relationships,
Yes.
and the both husband and wife should be together residing in southwest. Is it?
Yes. Yes.
That is important, is
Yes.
it?
That is important. Then their relationship stays for long term. Why?
Acha.
Because it's an earth corner. Na? Earth is stable. So if the husband and wife are in southwest, their relationship, you know, is for long term.
Mm-hmm. And while sleeping, the head. I have read somewhere that while sleeping, the head can also be in the east direction. So does it differ from person to person? Like some people should put in the south and some people should put in the east. Is it something like that?
No, head should be either in the south,
Uh,
in the southwest, or in the west. Only three
Acha.
direction to keep the head: south, southwest, and west. And your leg should be in the north, northeast, or east.
Okay, okay, okay.
And for east also,
Uh,
if you keep your legs in the east, you should
uh,
have a habit of getting up before the sunrise. You cannot show your feet to the sun,
okay, okay.
right?
Yeah. And Roji, parents, if they are sleeping in the northwest, the bedroom is in the northwest, one is in the northwest and one is in the southwest. So if our elderly parents are sleeping, is that okay for parents?
Now that depends on the horoscopical conditions. But if they are sleeping in the northwest, that is fine.
Hmm. Okay, okay,
That
Prabhuji.
is fine.
Hmm. Okay, Prabhuji, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Anybody else? You can unmute yourself basically. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu,
Tell me.
in my house, the brahmasthan, which is the center, like you said, has to be a vacant space. But I have a staircase running in the house in the brahmasthan. If I have to divide
Absolutely.
the house in the center, So what should I do for that purpose? And there is a storeroom also in the brahmasthan, which is of course loaded with stuff in with the staircase. What can I do for that?
Generally, there are some remedies. I will
Okay.
suggest you generally when you have a staircase in the center, you have to you have to divide the house, and suppose I'll show you a diagram. For example, if this is your house, sorry, suppose if this is your house, for example, and the brahmasthan here, if for example, if you have a brahmasthan right in the center, so you have to cut your house, means virtually cut your house in certain direction, so that your brahmasthan comes forward. You have to virtually bring your brahmasthan outside the house, actually. You know, so I will tell you, Mataji. Maybe in future session we can discuss. In future sessions, I'll I'll tell you in future sessions. So, sorry. Yeah. Anybody else has any questions? Anybody else? You can unmute yourself. Nobody is mute. You can unmute yourself.
How to contact you?
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
I
Krishna.
will. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one question. May I ask?
Please.
Prabhuji, I am talking about myself personally. I
Yeah.
have observed that by nature I am matlab, I would say quite a high degree of anxiety. And
Yeah.
I have also, perhaps I have analyzed that I have a Vata Prakriti. So maybe I'm
Vata
prone to
Prakriti.
anxiety. So
Yeah.
can I do something in the house or something,
In the yeah.
so
What
that
you do is
uh,
you color white or blue color in the northeast direction. Keep light blue or white color anything in the north and northeast or northwest direction.
okay.
Where do you sleep? In which direction do you sleep in the house?
Keep the head in the east direction, and
No. In which direction do you sleep?
I sleep in the room in which I sleep is in the no southeast room.
No, the southeast room will create a lot of anxiety. Hare Krishna, there are a lot of noises. Yeah. Southeast will give you lot of anxiety. You should either sleep in the southwest or the south direction. Southeast is not good for you. Plus, of course, you have to see your horoscope also. I will, with your horoscope, we can analyze more.
Sure. So, in addition to which direction one keeps the head, what is also important is which direction of the room one sleeps in.
Absolutely. That is also very important. Yes.
That is also very important.
Yes, absolutely. You can't sleep in the northeast and north. And if you prolongedly sleep in the north and northeast, your dheeraj or your stability goes down. Your patience level goes down when you sleep more in the north and northeast. Your north and northeast is for praying. It is for spiritual growth. You can't do tamogun activity in the north and northeast. Right? So, in which direction you sleep, that is very important. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you said we can keep the head towards the east and the legs west side. And also, if you sleep putting the head on towards the west side and legs on the east side, you should rise before sunrise. That's it, no, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes, yes,
So it's,
yes.
otherwise, if you are keeping east side, it is okay getting up.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
are getting up for Mangal Aarti, it is absolutely fine.
Yeah, that's only actually in east side only we keep the head. But sometimes in summer, what happens?
No,
We
no,
don't
no.
with the fan
East,
and
you
all.
1 second, 1 second, 1 second. East, you
Yeah.
have to keep the feet, not head. I said na head only in south, southwest, and west.
South.
Legs south, southwest, and west.
Okay.
And head feet towards north, northeast, and east.
Okay. Yeah, we are sleeping sometimes only because of the fan and all that. In summer, we are keeping west side and keeping then we get up early only 4:30, 5 o'clock before
Yeah.
sunrise only. But otherwise we kept the east side, so it is not good. East side keeping the head.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Yeah. So, anybody want to contact me? I will share my number.
Hare Krishna, Guru.
So, this is my number.
Hare Krishna, Guru.
You can connect to me directly on this number. Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, bro. Sorry, bro. Hare Krishna,
Yeah,
Guru.
yeah.
My question
Hare
is
Krishna.
that we want to have a flat with south or southeast direction. So in flat, what happens if south or southeast open, then north or northwest is blocked. So in this
Absolutely.
cases, so we want to have the sunrise as well, but according to Vastu, it is not correct. So how to resolve these cases? Is it more important to have sunrise or Vastu correct?
What do you do? What is your profession? Hare Krishna. What is your profession? What do you do? Anyways, my voice is audible? Yeah.
Yes,
So if
Prabhuji.
if the north and northeast east is closed and south and southwest, you have to either put mirrors in the north and east side, which will enhance the north side, or put yellow color, this yellow color, the yellow color stuff in the southern side, which will help to stabilize the south and southwest. Yellow bulb, yellow paint, yellow glass. You have to keep in the south and southwest if it is open. And north and northeast, you have to keep mirror. Right? So, yeah. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Everybody can unmute yourself. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. My voice is audible. You can unmute yourself and ask questions.
Hare Krishna. Okay, not able to answer. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please. Hare Krishna.
I want to ask, yeah, there is nowadays, if you see in the new constructions, there is the what do you call washroom exactly opposite the kitchen. You know, the door. So is that okay?
You can put a door between the washroom and the kitchen and close the kitchen door. You know, that is the
I
only
didn't get it
solution.
because okay, if there is a door to the kitchen, no, if there is a door to the kitchen, you're saying, then it's okay.
Yeah, you can put a sliding door in the kitchen, you know, in order to not see the washroom while cooking. You know, you have to close the direction. You have to close the washroom. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
See, the door opens, even if we put a sliding door, like see, when you're working in the kitchen, it's not possible to close the door and work because it will get very stuffy. But then is that okay? Or see, I am asking you because if it is under construction, can we, ask, kind of request them to change the direction of the door of the toilet during the construction
If
work?
possible, yes. If possible, yes.
Possible.
If
Yeah,
possible,
because I did.
yes.
So I thought, okay, okay. I just wanted to. Otherwise, there is some negativity, right? I mean, it is not right, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is not so right. Yes,
Okay, okay. That is what I
absolutely.
wanted to know. Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Anybody have any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you just put your number?
I put my number here. I put my number. Yeah. So, so Vastu basically, it is not independent. It is based on your horoscope also. So if your horoscope has a certain combination and that same fault is in the Vastu, then the effect is more. And if in our horoscope things are good and the direction is very good, and if you have Vastu fault, still it is tolerable. So the Vastu and astrology are linked together. That is called Astro Vastu. Your horoscope of your astrological horoscope plays a main important role in Vastu. So when you see the Vastu, you have to see astrological horoscope also. Right? Anybody has any questions, please do ask. Anybody has any questions? You can unmute yourself. You can ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat, Dandavat.
Prabhuji, actually in our house, we have this balcony at the south direction, okay? And east is wall, completely wall east side. And north side, we have washrooms.
Yeah.
So Prabhuji, is this Vastu is right?
No, north side washrooms are not so much advisable.
It's not east side, Prabhuji, it's the corner side. Like.
North side only, washrooms are not advisable. It
So
is not
any remedy for
advisable.
that, Prabhuji?
You can place a salt water in that washroom.
Salt water, okay.
Yeah, and every 15 days you change it.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Or
And south side is completely open, so okay, na Prabhuji?
South side, that's what I said. I put yellow color light, yellow color, light, yellow films. Yellow films on the glass. You can put it.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, just one clarification. We
Yeah,
have been told always that when you sleep, your legs should not be facing south or east.
Absolutely.
This is correct. No, this is correct.
Your legs can face east, but your legs cannot face south.
Okay, only when you're at the time of death, basically.
Absolutely.
That's the only position.
Yes. Yes.
And when we do sadhana, it is northeast. But many times we have room structures which are defined. Parents might occupy some other room. So if I have to do my studies or even my office work from home, which direction should I face actually?
What profession are you in?
So I'm in IT actually.
IT. So you can face east.
So in IT sales actually. So east is the right.
Yeah, for IT sales, you can sit in the northwest and face northwest and face east or southeast.
Okay, sit in northeast but face east or southeast.
No. You didn't hear, Prabhuji. You have to sit in the northwest.
Northwest. Okay.
Yes, you have to sit in the northwest and you have to face east or southeast.
Okay, just answer.
right?
So sit on, you said, northwest actually.
Yes, and
Correct,
sit in
and face
east or southeast.
east or southeast.
Yeah, your sales will happen very good.
Okay, okay.
Northwest is the wind direction, na? So sales is also wind. You have to talk to people, you have to meet different people. So your communication will be strong there, and you are facing southeast and east. Your growth will happen.
And when we sit for a sadhana, spiritual sadhana,
You have to face north or east.
So
You have
spiritual
to spiritual sadhana. You have to face north or east.
North or east. And for sick people, how much I see my parent, they are sick at this age.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you. Sorry.
People who are sick actually, for their recovery from the sickness.
Make them sleep in the northwest. They'll recover very fast.
So sleep in northwest actually.
Yes, fast recovery. Fast recovery. Only if they are ill. Huh? If they are healthy and fine, you should not sleep in the northwest.
Oh, only when you are sick. Okay.
When you are sick, yes.
And normally, how people should sleep actually? In south, you said, no? South. For normal.
You have to, if you are married, you have to sleep in the south, southwest. South or southwest.
South or south. Okay, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And Prabhuji, anything important for documents or those kind of things? Like, we have certain possessions or some jewelry at home. And many times.
So keep in the southwest.
Okay,
keep in the southwest. Yeah. Okay. Southwest is earth, na? So documents and jewelry will be protected. It will be stable. Right?
Yes, yes.
Any last question?
For physical exercise, Prabhu, how we should orient direction, because we are going to ground or even at home. Any orientation is from Vastu side, any recommendations there?
If you are keeping instruments like gymming instruments, you have to keep in the west or southwest. If you are doing yoga, you have to do it in the east.
Facing east.
Yeah, facing east and in the east also.
Oh, facing east and in the east also.
Yes. If you are doing yoga, if you are doing gymming activities in the southwest and west.
Okay. Fine, Prabhu, that's all from us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Any last one question? And we'll end this meeting. Any last one question?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, all this, what do you call, yes, the 5 elements, but somebody is very convinced that these 5 elements are Krishna's energy and very strongly doing his sadhana. So his conviction is 100% like Krishna will take care. So all these troubles still very impact.
Laws of nature are, if you read Mahabharata, when Arjun was killing Jayadratha, so Arjun was desperate and he was with Krishna. He was desperate. He said, why things are not happening? What is the problem? So Krishna said one thing. For dharma activities, laws of nature should not be transgraded. The dharma activities or spiritual activities are in parallel to the nature. If you cannot you cannot violate the nature and do the dharma activities.
Of nature. Okay, got it.
Because law of nature is also made by Krishna. The spiritual activity is towards
Krishna only. So we
you
cannot go
cut
conflict of interest. Got it, Prabhu.
Yes.
Valid point.
So
Thank
you
you,
have to
Prabhu. Thank
follow
you.
the
Clear.
laws of nature.
Clear.
Yes.
Sometimes, sometimes people generally say, no, if your pujaram is perfect, everything will be perfect, your sadhana will be perfect. So
No.
that is having good confidence is good, but we need to align with nature because Prakriti is the Lord's nature. Yeah.
See, Mahaprasad,
Beautiful point.
Mahaprasad
Beautiful.
is
Thank you, bro.
Mahaprasad
Thank you.
is good, but you can't overeat Mahaprasad, na?
Yeah.
Mahaprasad is good.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you for everything. And if you have any questions, doubts, you can connect me on this number and I will help you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.